Generating traffic and sales can be a challenge for online merchants. But selling on the Walmart Marketplace puts your products in front of millions of customers who shop on Walmart.com. And right now, sellers who join Walmart Marketplace can save up to 50% on referral and fulfillment fees for the first 90 days. So get started today. Head over to marketplace.walmart.com/savings. That's marketplace.walmart.com/savings.
Welcome to E-Commerce Conversations, a podcast by Practical E-Commerce.
This is Kerry Murdoch with Practical E-Commerce. In an era when many e-commerce platforms are migrating to large enterprise clients, Volusion is doing the opposite. It's focused on smaller and mid-sized companies, even startups. To discuss it all, I'm joined today by Volusion's founder and longtime C.E.O, Kevin Sproles. Well, Kevin, thank you for speaking with us today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Kerry.
Kevin, we're looking forward to visiting with you about S.M.B e-commerce and especially about your company, Volusion. Of course, you founded Volusion back in 1999. You were just 16 years old, it's amazing every time I say that, but you were a 16-year-old founder, and now in 2017, it's a leading e-commerce platform. Could you bring us up to date on Volusion in terms of the number of clients, dollar volume, product offerings, anything else that's relevant?
Yeah, for sure, Kerry. So Volusion's been around for 17 years now, and so we've grown to over 30,000 businesses using our platform to build and grow their businesses. We've also gotten up to 185 million orders have been placed by shoppers on Volusion websites. And then this year, we released a brand new Volusion. We call it V2. And V2 brings the latest technology to the palm of your hand with 100% mobile optimized experiences for shoppers and merchants alike.
V2, and that's launched already.
It is. It's launched. It was launched probably about a few months ago. We're rolling it out kind of as an ultimate A/B test here to make sure that it performs better than V1. So we're really excited about what it's bringing to market. Again, with like the mobile experiences, you can build your whole store from your phone, from the iOS app or the Android app or the web version, as well as the desktop. And it's just so easy to use, and it's really built on the most modern technology. So we're excited to do that. Big year for us here. Again, being 17 years into the making here. We're excited to bring something new to the market and push the industry forward.
What's the price range for listeners that are interested? What will it cost them to use V2?
Yeah, it's super affordable. We focus on the small business market, so ranges from $15 a month to $135 a month, and really you get all kinds of benefits from all those packages, like unlimited products and access to our full team here in Austin to help you build and grow your business. And so it really scales at small business prices.
Kevin, Volusion has experienced change, I know, over the last few years. I think you perhaps stepped away from daily operations of the company for a while. The company launched a new platform called Mozu for larger companies. Now, back in 2017, as we understand it, you're firmly back running the company. You've sold Mozu. What happened there?
Yeah, so Volusion was in growth mode, and I stepped away for a quick minute to have my first child and focus on the family, and I tried letting others run the company. So I learned a lot through that process, and we could fast forward 4 years from there, and I realized the company had deviated significantly from our mission to help small businesses, and it wasn't working. And so 2 years ago, I returned as CEO with 4 things on my agenda. 1 is to improve our culture. 2 was to fix or sell Mozu. 3 was to improve our product, and 4 to drive growth. And I'm proud to say that the first 2 are complete. So our culture is fantastic now. Employees are referring their friends, and our employee net promoter score is higher than ever. And when we sold Mozu, we became profitable again immediately. So 1 and 2 are done, and 3 and 4 are well underway. We've improved our product with V2, and we're in the process of driving growth.
Is Mozu still a platform somewhere? Or
Yeah, it is. It was acquired by C.E.O, and they're up in Dallas. And so we had a good, the best, I'd say, exit we could find for the business that was best for the employees that were part of the Mozu team. So they acquired the most people, and locally here, Dallas is not too far. They actually kept an Austin office, and so Kivo's working on some great things for the enterprise, the very largest retailers, which is the market that Mozu was trying to serve. It's a big endeavor to get into enterprise. It's a whole different company. You have to build a different culture and a different product set for the largest retailers. And so I hope that Kivo can take Mozu as a part of their other product lines and create something for them.
we here at Practical E-commerce, we hear frequently from vendors that are interested in attracting, mid-market to enterprise level companies. Some are shifting more towards that direction. It's interesting to us that Volusion is going the opposite direction. What is Volusion's target audience now? What, in terms of a revenue size, do you have a target customer in mind? And why make that shift? Why go back to focusing on smaller companies?
Yeah, that's right. So we were the first in the space to go into enterprise, and I like to think we're ahead of the curve on those learnings. So Shopify and BigCommerce are still learning how that breaks your culture and is a huge distraction because there's such different organizations you have to build to service those markets. And when I talk about enterprise, I'm really talking about the top 100 retailers in the world. And so that's a very, very, very small segment to go after. Is very, very different. We're talking about millions of potential businesses that are out there. And when you think of enterprise, we think of it as, again, just the very, very, very top. And so obviously we know Amazon's at the top of that list, people like Target and so forth. That's the part that we realized it's so different. And our target market now is S.M.B, so small and medium businesses up to 50 million in revenue. So we have a lot of customers today, a lot of businesses, like our top 100 do over $10 million a year annually, all of them. And so we do service what I consider big merchants, but they're not the top enterprise.
What would be your average?
I mean, it really varies. Like I said, the top, I'm not sure what like the median would be or the average, taking into account the big and the little, but we really just vary from a lot of hobbyists right at the beginning who just actually that's a term that I think is is used a lot in the industry. I'd like to change it actually because I think it's just more like the startups, I should call them, instead of hobbyists, people who are just their business, and I believe they're going to be big, and so it's just a matter of time until they figure out their perfect kind of product market fit for their segment.
In an age of Amazon, with the dominance of Amazon, many observers believe the future for standalone small e-commerce companies, the opportunities are limited. What is your view on that?
Yeah, I love this question because, Amazon is a great place to get sales. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it that they are the number one e-commerce like retailer in the world. They're number one on that enterprise list I talked about, and they're growing. But it's not a place to build a brand as a small business, and neither is Etsy either. So these marketplaces, companies, they pose a risk to small businesses as they can replace you in an instant, and they do. You can find hundreds of stories about this. For example, how Amazon, works to create their own new brand for clothing and other kinds of. Obviously, they took over batteries and kicked out even the big companies like Duracell and Energizer, and they either put on Amazon Basics or they put on they've created tons of new brands that you don't know is really Amazon, and so so that's how they're number one. They figure out what's working, and they'll create more profit for themselves in that segment. And then Etsy is similar. If you not with the same white label, but with their ability to position certain brands above others. And so, if they do that, then and they position somebody above you in Etsy, then you're out of business. And so it's important to realize there are a lot more channels. We've got Google, Facebook, Pinterest, to name a few. They all drive traffic to your website and your brand. And the best channel there is SEO. People search Google and they find you for free. You don't pay anything, and that requires your own website.
A new merchant comes to you, Kevin, as an industry leader. A new merchant has an idea for launching an e-commerce site. A merchant has limited capital, wants to use your platform. How do you counsel them to get traction with that business?
Yeah, I think the first thing we advise is build your website and optimize it for SEO, which is free. You don't need any budget for that, and you start to get your site indexed in Google. Next after that is Facebook. It's a great way to launch your business brand and start to get sales. Again, that's free to start out with, and then obviously as you want to scale it up, you can boost your ads that are working through paid advertisement in Facebook. And then Pinterest is also free. And again, if you create good content, right, you have to start with a great website, great content. You're going to do really well and drive a lot of traffic. I think later down the road is where you would add on Amazon, because you just need to keep adding channels a lot of times to kind of not put all your eggs in one basket and really just take advantage of where the shoppers are. So if Amazon is great if you want to add it as a channel. It's just you don't want to build your whole business there on Amazon only.
Do you have tools that integrate with Amazon?
Yeah, we do. We have integrations with Amazon, and you can, help you list your products, get those orders in, and synchronize with Amazon. So, we do. We have a lot of tools like that with Facebook and other social platforms to help you drive growth.
Kevin, you've seen a lot of, speaking of small startups, you have seen, I suspect, hundreds or thousands of e-commerce startups over the years. Tell me what's the common mistakes you see them make?
Yeah, good question. Definitely have met a lot. I like to also continue to do that all the time. We both I invite founders to come talk to me, kind of on stage, we can call it, in front of our employees every month, and we also broadcast that on Facebook Live. It's a live stream. You can check out our Facebook every month. And so a lot of those learnings, we try to publish and share with both internally and externally. Some of the things I've noticed are, as a really small startup, it's about finding that product market fit. And I use that term, in our business. It's more commonly used in like a SaaS business or software business, but it's really the same with retailers. You got to find test different things. Test a product idea, whether it's apparel, or you're going to build something, some kind of electronic, and make sure you talk to your customers as as intimately as you can. So instead of going straight to put up a website and kind of blindly look at clicks and analytics data, really try to connect with your customers live. So invite them, to have a phone call with you if they're local. It really helps to throw local events in person, so that you meet these people and that you see them looking at your products and asking you those questions that a lot of times you just won't get those insights. So if you really find out, who is the type of person that wants your product, next step is you find out how best to reach them. So I mentioned earlier about creating a great website and then great content. So your website is your face for what is your product, your explanation of your product in a great way, and then the content really kind of brings people towards people that like your product towards your product, right? So if you're selling makeup or something, you want to create content that people interested in makeup would like to read, and then they like your brand. So that's kind of the flow in the early stage is learning about the product market fit.
Is there a future for pure resellers getting started that resell other products?
Yeah, it's actually the same. You can buy product at a wholesale cost. There's a lot of great resources for that, and to find suppliers, and whether it's from China, like Alibaba kind of suppliers, or really you can reach out to anyone else that sells that product line, right? You're looking for the market for that type of product. So let's say it's kitchen supplies, and you want to find out what people who buy kitchen supplies, what do they want to read about, and what are they missing in the industry? So filling a gap is a huge opportunity, right? Just asking those questions. What is it about? Is it your kitchen utensils, or kitchen supplies, or kitchen recipes, or where is it that you can find a niche to then fill that gap and then build your business on that.
We have just another minute or two left. Kevin, I want to switch back to Volusion. What percentage of sales going through your platform these days are on mobile? Do you know?
Yeah, it's actually, I don't have that number offhand, but I do know that it's significant, greater than 50%, I believe. And I know that I do remember off the top of my head, like for everybody else, during these holidays coming up, it's growing more and more that way. Like you heard in the news last year, the Targets, Walmarts, et cetera, of the world are all over 50% now, and so that's where shoppers want to be, and so that's where they shop. And we're excited to be there at the forefront of mobile.
You mentioned that the company has resumed profitability. Are you growing?
Yeah, we are profitable. We're about 50 million in revenue, 30,000 clients, and we're growing.
Anything else on your mind today, sir?
Let's see. I mean, I love entrepreneurship. I really appreciate this conversation. I love helping founders build and grow their businesses, whether they're just getting started or they're growing to 10 million, 50 million plus. I mean, these are the small businesses and medium businesses that are powering our economy. And it's humbling to be a part of that community. And so if you want to check out Volusion, please grab a trial on volusion.com or call us anytime. We'd love to chat about what your next goals are and how we can help. So one thing I didn't mention also was that not only are we an all-in-one e-commerce platform, but we've also got an agency in-house here in Austin, Texas. All of our people here in Austin, Texas, and they can do your marketing for you, and they can do your design for you and grow your Facebook and SEO, all for small business prices. So I encourage people to check that out too.
They can design the site, entrepreneur coming to Volusion, you guys can do a custom design for them?
Absolutely. So we focus on building all the tools, and that's our focus is the platform. And but yeah, we can build it all for you. That's where our agency comes in. And again, we do this all of prices at scale for S.M.B. So it's not, you go to a big agency and they're going to want to charge you a lot of money to do a big project. And here we're like, it's more, we help you because you can do a lot of it yourself. And then we just come in for those founders that, want an expert designer or an expert marketer, and kind of want to, go big in a certain area, then we're here to help.
For purposes of our listeners, I've been visiting with Kevin Sproles. Kevin is the founder and CEO of Volusion, a leading e-commerce platform. As he mentioned, that's at volusion.com. And Kevin Sproles, we want to thank you for your time today, sir.
Kerry, thank you. Appreciate it.